Right. Rugby. Hopefully everything's going. It's been a very busy morning of rugby. Ireland taking on Australia. That's the game we're watching today. How is every... Oops, that's the wrong button, Mark. That's the right button. Who are we picking for this one? Sorry, I'm still setting things up. It's been pretty hectic. Large Marge just recovering from that Wales game. Indeed. Right, published the Welsh review. That's up. It's finally been cleared by YouTube as not being offensive. That's up. Oh, just in time. Hello from... Oh, I don't know that place name. By... something. Need to watch some quality rugby to wash the absolute filth of the Wales game from my mouth. Fingers crossed this one's a good one. We've just had kickoff. I better send my dad a message to say we're live streaming so he can send us a halftime report. And yes, Carl Dixon is the referee for this one. Gaza, we are live streaming Ireland and Australia if you want to send halftime reports through. There we go. Send that to my dad. Okay. 35 seconds on the clock now for anyone looking to sync up. What did I take of the Mostert red card? I was a little bit surprised that it went to a direct red because I didn't think it was the same as like last week's one with Snyman. I thought Snyman's one looked worse, to be honest. I thought Mostert's one, I thought he was like pretty bent. So I didn't think it was going to be a red, direct red anyway, but there we go. They're getting harder to predict. You don't usually see direct reds these days. Right, this game's all Ireland so far. They got all the possession. They've just cross-kicked to Tommy O'Brien. Dan Sheehan's there in support. It's kind of slow ball though. They're shifting it left again. Here goes James Lowe. Oh, he's gone straight past James O'Connor. Yellow for the Japanese player at the end of the game. Yeah, I think he only got saved by the fact that he hit him on the chest instead of the head. If he hits him head, it's probably direct red. Goodness me, it's all Ireland at the moment. They are relentless. They've just gotten to the Aussie 22. Oh, big counter ruck though. Oh, it's going to be a scrum. Scrum time. They will set it. Connor, how's it going, man? Yeah, I saw Gaza yesterday. He is definitely getting low on energy. But as long as he just sits down and doesn't do much, he's all right. Like, he was basically just like chilling at home on the couch, chatting away. He seems all right. Like, you wouldn't know he's sick. And then he stands up and he can't like breathe, you know, when he walks. So that part's concerning. But when he just sits and he chills, he's kind of all good. So yeah. Flesh, and you don't know what to say about the Wales game. Well, I mean, I guess if people are in the chat, they're probably going to expect spoilers and whatnot. But yeah, that was maybe one for the blood pressure, eh? Goodness me. Right, what can the Wallabies do with some ball in hand? They've just knocked it on in their own half. They're about to have a line-out throw 7 meters from their own line. Wales did it the hard way with the red card. Yeah, 20-minute red. Japan 3 yellows, so I guess it kind of evens out. But I guess better than a permanent red. It was pretty dumb from Josh Adams, to be honest. Right, Aussies have won line-up ball on their own line. My mum has just said that my dad is in bed because he got up at 4 a.m. to watch the All Blacks game and then went back to bed afterwards. So maybe no halftime report from Gaza. He, as I said, is kind of low energy. I've got Rory Best on comms. I don't know why, but there's always something reassuring about hearing Rory Best talking. I don't know what it is. Oh, goodness me. What a tackle from Dalguna. Oh, I didn't even set up the bloody... God, I'm so slack, folks. I haven't even set up this thing. I'll do it at the next break and play. I'll only get the score and the time up. Oh, man, I hate to think what the territory stats are right now. That's got to be horrendous for Australia. They haven't got out their own half. Connor says, geez, Wells, you won at the end, but just barely against Japan. Oh, what? Ireland's gone quick. Yeah, Japan got flogged by the Box and flogged by Ireland. Ooh, that's try time. Finally, it had been coming. Took 5 minutes and 55 seconds, but it came. Oh, it's Brian O'Driscoll and Rory Best on comms. Gibson Park just takes it quick. Everyone's not alert to it except for Matty Fassler. Jameson, Gibson Park, quick tap. Phases. And Hansen over for the try. 7 points to 0. Right. What was I going to do? I was going to interact with this. Just scroll it down a little bit so you guys can see the score in case you can't watch the game. The Steve Tandicam was hilarious. He was a man under a lot of stress. A lot of stress. But the celebrations at the end were very, I don't know. It was like nice. It was nice to see the Welsh guys celebrating at home. What can I say? Wales looks shot physically. I said that about the Italians last week, and one Italian guy took a lot of offense to that. As if to say, like, you're not giving the Italians credit. I think the both can be true, right? Like, the Italians can play well, and the Aussies can look tired. They've had a lot of rugby, man. Oh, Sam Prendergast putting in a tackle to dislodge the ball from James O'Connor is not something Sam Prendergast is known for. Australia going for the reverse Grand Slam. Yeah, I just heard that from Bod. Prendergast was 5 when Jock made his debut. That's crazy, eh? Oh, Jorgo, is he in touch? Ah, he's in touch. What a kick from Prendo. A couple of good moments from him. It's going to be another attacking opportunity for Ireland now. Probably the end of the year games is the touring teams are tired and the home teams are often undercooked. Yeah. It's the same in July, isn't it? It's the opposite. The touring teams come down to the Southern Hemisphere usually at the end of a long season, pretty knackered, and the home sides are still a bit rusty. When does Les Kiss take over? Nathan, he officially takes over at the end of the Super Rugby season. But, after Joe's next game, there's no more tests. So Joe's technically in charge, I think, for the first half of 2026. But he's just going to do a handover because there's no games to coach. I guess they might have some camps and prep stuff, but there's nothing that much to do. HM, how's the footy? It's all Ireland so far, mate. But it's been a bloody hectic morning. Got up to watch the All Blacks game and then quickly watched the Bok game against Italy, which was controversial, and then caught up on Wales against Japan, and then set up this after all that. So it's been full on. Full on. Oh no, it's the same again. Mack Hansen's just gone over for a second. This is not going well for Australia. Out the back, Prendo. Oh man. Henshaw to Prendo. Hansen untouched. 14-0. Oh, this could get ugly, folks. These games being off free TV is bad for rugby in the UK. Yeah, we never have rugby free to air here in NZ. It's been like that since, I feel like, the 90s, sadly. It's not been good for the game either. And the amount of people with access to pay TV is reducing as well, I think. How did this team do so well in the championship? I think their injury toll has been pretty terrible, the Aussies. They lost Lolosio, who's their first choice number 10, before even the Lions tour. He got injured against Fiji. And then Liner was their second choice. He got injured. And then Ben Donaldson, who was kind of their third choice, fell out of favour. So they got James O'Connor and Tane Edmed. And then Tom Wright, who's been Mr. Danger Man fullback, regular selection for Joe. He got a long-term injury in that second game in South Africa. Tate McDermott, who's their first choice number 9, now that Nick White's retired. So Nick White retiring, Tate McDermott getting injured. Like, they don't have access to Skelton all the time. They no longer have access to Ikitau all the time. Injury toll, that's part of it. It's part of it. Expecting more from Australia. Last few games between them and Dublin have been close, Brian. Hopefully the Aussies can pick it up and make a game of this. But it's not looking so far at the moment. And yeah, I would likewise like to see Ben Donaldson get another crack. I think he's better than Tane Edmed, to be honest. Oh, the Aussies have just lost a line out. Goodness me. That was a chance. Yeah, Australia have had like a really full-on Lions tour, which they had to get pumped for, which, like, with all due respect, is, like, you know, tougher than if they'd played like the French B team like the All Blacks played. And then Rugby Championship, then they travelled to Japan when everyone else was having a week off. And then they travelled to Europe, so they've had a really full-on schedule. Based on Autumn Nations series so far, England are the likely Six Nations winners. England are definitely ticking along nicely. Really, really nicely. Oh, I can bring the microphone closer. Sorry. That's probably just not set up properly. Is that better? I gotta look around it. All good. Jacques. We're 15 minutes in, and I feel like the stats are not going to be pretty for Australia. They've had 33% possession. They've had 38% territory. Yeah, they're kind of living off scraps at the moment. But they've just won a line out outside Ireland's 22. Oh, they got advantage. Right. Australia, you need to do something. You need to score here. Shifting it left. Jorgensen. He's got Dalgunu outside him. Takes the tackle. Gordon goes back left. O'Connor. Oh, man. Was that Potter getting smashed? Gordon takes a snipe. Wilson. Oh, he did well to hang on to that one. He very nearly knocked it on. Come on, Australia. Do something. What are Gaz's thoughts on the England game? No, I haven't heard from him yet. My mum sent me a message to say he's gone back to bed. So once he wakes up, I'll ask him for his thoughts. Hopefully it's before this game finishes. But yeah, like I said, he's been pretty low energy. Advantage is over. The crowd is absolutely getting behind the Irish defenders. I'd like to see an Australian score here. I don't want this to be like a walloping. Slow ball. It's very messy. Potter with like a one-handed pickup at the back of the ruck. Jack Conan's just being pinged. God, it's a bit of a grind. I wonder what the face count is. They haven't even got it on screen. Hey, the Wallabies have scored a try. They might be going to make a game of it. Geez, that was some hard work. Much needed try, Australia. Watching Prendergast for 10 phases, waiting for someone to run at him. Well, he hit James O'Connor pretty well earlier, so maybe they weren't targeting him. $14-7. Yeah, but Prendo did miss that one. It's good that rugby friendlies matter so much to us. Football friendlies are so dull. Didn't the Football Institute that Nations League thing? Is that thing any good? I don't really follow it. Marcus says it was on my side. I had to go out again thinking about your dad all week. Great try to Australia. Yeah, Dad's, like I said earlier, if anyone's just joined in, Dad is, he's like all right, all things considered. He's just getting kind of less and less energy every day. They've stopped giving him blood tests now because the results were just getting... There's like no good news coming out of those blood results. So yeah. But he's just really tired. But he's not in pain or anything. He's not like, he goes to the hospice to do like, I don't know, activities and meet other people in similar situations. Like some of them are genuinely like in heaps of pain. So that's kind of a small mercy in itself, I guess. Nations League is better, but nobody cares about it still. Fair enough. Thank you, Juice. Yeah, man, just trying to spend more time with him, eh? Went there yesterday, so it was good for him to catch up with the kids. But even by the time I left, it was like 7 o'clock, and he was like falling asleep on the couch because he's just got no energy. Right, big scrum. Oh, the Aussie scrum holds under pressure from the Irish pack. McCloskey just knows one direction. I'm very glad to hear he's in pain at least. Lost my uncle. That's sad news, man. That life was horrible. Yeah, like I said, some people at the end seem to have really a bad time of it, but the good thing, if you want to call it good, it doesn't feel like the right word for it. What my dad is, he's just slowly losing energy. My little brother has bone cancer. Jesus. Yeah, my dad's one's leukemia, so it's in his bones as well. It's horrible, eh? It seems everybody knows someone that's affected by it. It just sucks. My dad actually had it 18 years ago and managed to beat it that time. But the treatment was so harsh. It's what's caused this round of it 18 years later, but yeah, what are you going to do? You got to take the treatment. Ireland have just knocked it on after a heap of phases. I think we're going to see a bit more of that with the weather the way it is. It's pedaling down. Just not quite on the same page. Sup, Matsu, man? How's it going? They're having a wee stoppage. Both sides are having a wee chat about some plans. God bless your dad, mate. And the Commenter's brother. Yeah, cheers, Big Dave. I hope Gazza wakes up before half time. Be nice to get his thoughts on the All Blacks game and this game if he watches any of it. But like I said, if he just needs to rest, we'll just let him rest, eh? Connor, cheers, man. Hey, Mark, I can relate to your situation as my dad had prostate about 11 years ago. He was able to beat it post-surgery and he's been doing great. That is awesome, bro. That's great news. You'll have to hear those kind of stories. But yeah, like I said, my dad had it 18 years ago, had treatment, beat it for 18 years, but the treatment has like a 10% chance of causing a second round of leukemia in the future, and he's just in the unlucky 10%. But he was only given like a 40% chance of beating it the first time. So all things considered, he himself is like, I got off all right. I got extra 18 years. So that's, you know, I kept going to visit him 18 years ago, and he was in the ward, and he would be like, oh, this is John and this is Bill or whatever, like in his ward. And then like a week or two later, those guys would be dead. So yeah. Oh, James Lowe's just shelled a big high ball. So yeah, my dad's both bloody unlucky to get it twice, but he was lucky to beat it the first time. Strong dude, man. Here goes Dalgunu. Oh, they've just shelled it as well. Hey, April Tui, how's it going? Thanks for the update, Mark. Anyways, you're an inspiration to me spending more time with my dad. He's now 86. Yeah. Well, it's interesting the amount of people who watch Gaz's videos and say, you know, how they love talking to their dads about rugby and that kind of stuff. So it's cool. As a Kiwi, how much do you think South Africa withdrawing from Super Rugby has affected the quality of the game in that region? It's a hard one to know. I feel like it's really multifaceted. The players certainly lack something from going to South Africa, for sure. But then also, I think part of the reason it's not as, well, a lot of the Boks were not playing for Super Rugby teams at the time anyway. A lot of the Springbok guys were abroad. So, I don't know. It's definitely an effect, but how much, it's hard to quantify, I suppose. But they're definitely lacking something from what they used to be. The guys, I think, would have benefited from those, you know, few weeks away, the travel, you know, playing different styles of rugby for sure. Katana is following from Kenya. How's it going, man? My dad can't watch Wales play because he gets too nervous. And April Tui talked to her dad half an hour ago. He's so annoying. What's he done? What's he done? Large Marge lost my mum this summer. Man, that's brutal. Hurts like hell. Stay strong, mate, from halfway around the world. Yeah, I've been talking to Tony about it as well, actually, because from the podcast, if you guys watch it, Tony lost his dad to cancer a long time ago now, like before he got married or had kids or anything. And he said, like, he knew his dad's death was coming, but it didn't, like, even though he knew it was coming, it still hit him like a ton of bricks when it actually happened. You know what I mean? Like, nothing prepares you for it. So, yeah. I'm really sorry to hear that, Marge. "25 minutes into this game, Ireland had a flying start, but the Aussies getting it back within a score has made it a bit interesting. But that's a nice kick from Gibson Park. 50-22. mentioned a lot, but I suspect it's not a major factor. The old Super Rugby demise. Yeah, I think it's a factor. But people like to see things as kind of black and white. I think that's always multiple moving parts going on in any one situation. Monk, hi Mark, how's it going, man? We are 26 minutes into this game. And Ireland are starting to turn the screws once again on the Aussies. But both sides have been shelling the ball away. But, oh, there's a little dink through. James Lowe not in any trouble there. That's carried back. It's going to be a 5-metre scrum for Ireland. Hey, Jesse from New England. Considering your MLR loses a team every 15 minutes, just be happy you have Super Rugby. Yeah, there's been a lot of teams drop out this season, the end of the season. Dad's just got silly reasons the All Blacks aren't doing well. As usually, he's good rugby knowledge like Gaza, but he can do your head in too. What can Ireland do from a 5-metre scrum? Bundyak, he's coming on. Who's gone off? I missed that. Oh, McCloskey's gone off. That sucks. I like Aki, but I wanted to see McCloskey get some more minutes. All right, what can Ireland do from a 5-metre scrum? No advantage. Gibson Park, Aki. Dink up for Prendergast. Not from Prendergast. Oh, wow. That's a 27-minute hat trick. He's scoring a try every 10 minutes. That wasn't even the cleanest one either, but it's bloody 3 tries. The second one, I think, was the slickest. Goodness me. Crazy from Mack Hansen. Like, this dink over the top. Prendergast dinks it. O'Brien gets it, kind of just puts it on the ground behind him. Yeah, I guess Tommy O'Brien was able to draw 2 Aussies with that. They both went for him and the ball. Oh, he's missed the conversion. $19 points to 7, folks. Yeah, Prendergast did do well to get that kick away. He was getting slammed by Suoliti as it happened. And Andy Farrell's face betrays nothing of his emotions. That's a bit of a mess, but I'll take it, says Shamrock. Yeah. Like, it wasn't the prettiest, but it worked. Enjoying this episode of the Mack Hansen Show. Yeah, he's doing all right, isn't he? Select him at fullback every week at this rate. All right, Australia need to hit back. What do they got? They got ball in Ireland's half. And it's Arch. Hansen gives the middle finger to his birthplace. Cheers, Connor. They let him go, man. That was a really silly move. He was contracted with, I think, the Brumbies. They let him go. Oliver, morning, Mark. Love the channel. Hope Gaz is doing well. Yep, he's having a sleep at the moment, according to my mum, but he's doing all right. He's having a rest after the All Blacks game. He probably needs it. Aussies send Wilson up to contest, but he can't pinch the line out. Prendergast with the long ball. Oh, that's taken in the air, surely. Nope. Yeah, they finally call it. Jeez. Just in the air. I suppose so. Wasn't much in it. Kicks just found touch. Only just. Aussies got 9 minutes to do something before half time. In the air, surely, is what I was saying, Hanjo. Yeah. They finally called it. Better late than never. Aussies don't like the rain. Maybe true. They certainly get a lot of it over here when they play in Super Rugby. Ooh, Aussies have just kicked for Suoliti, who's tapped it back. Dalgunu, have a run, mate. Into traffic. James O'Connor with a wee snipe. Fassler. Come on, quick ball. Oh, Irish defence is monstering them. Another hiding Rito, maybe. If they score next, it's still game on. They got the ball down the right end of the field. But they're not really going anywhere. This is the problem they had last week against Italy. They just got no penetration. Where are they going? They're going backwards. They've just had to resort to the kick. O'Connor with the high ball. It's too deep. Hansen takes that easy peasy. Australia. O'Connor is frustrated. Bet Australia are gutted they're not playing Wales. See, Australia against Wales right now would be a pretty good game, I think. Australia with all their injuries, for sure. Wales lacking a little bit of confidence. Rugby should adopt a cool tradition that exists where I'm living. In hockey, if the player scores a hat-trick, the hats are thrown on the ice. And you don't get them back either. I don't know that I'd be throwing a hat away because I assume you don't get them back. I see them collect them. I don't know how you would get it back. What do they do with them all? They give them to charity? But hats are expensive. They can cost like $30, $40. All right, Aussies get another chance here. They've had a penalty. Opting for touch. Maul? Surely they maul. They're having a wee huddle. Carl Dixon should tell them to hurry up here. they've lost the line out. They've lost the line out. Goodness me. Was that... Who was that jumping? Oh, they've just taken another one. Billy's ball bag. What's cracking? Beautiful day out West Auckland. Yeah, I haven't even been out of the bloody house. I've been watching rugby all morning. I may not see the outside of the house until after lunch. But yeah, it does seem to be fine outside. Sounds like a good way to spend the morning. Yeah, it could be worse. There's definitely worse things you could be doing with your morning. I've hardly seen my children other than to tell them, get dressed! Because they were in this room. What are we doing here? We got TMO call. It's James Lowe. Oh, Potter was pretty well dipped there. There's nothing much in that. Bloody hell. Do we even stop the game for that? Anyway. Brian O'Driscoll calls it common sense. Although Harry Potter does have blood pissing out his nose, so maybe it was more than it looked like. But yeah. Oh, but Brian's saying he had a knock before that. Anyway. How do I rate the AB's performance today, Sam? Oh, we looked good for about how many minutes? What, about 10? We had a decent period of play. I honestly think we still lost a few high balls, but we were not atrocious under the high balls. That's a positive. But we got pretty well beaten. Sadly. Goodness me. Maybe Australia should start opting for bloody threes. They're getting enough penalties. They don't seem to be going anywhere ball in hand. Just take the flipping threes. We've seen teams like Italy and Argentina win games like that this year. Difference between the Aussie form early in the Rugby Championship and now is really day and night, Hanjo. Yeah. I feel like that Ellis Park win, and then even the subsequent game where they had a good performance, maybe gave us a bit of a false impression of where they're at. But they have had injuries since then. We're going to have another crack at it. Can they win their line out? They're 7 meters out from the Irish line. Step 1, win the line out. They do that. Step 2, maul it. It's getting a little, it's inching forward. They shift it wide. Ikitau, Suali'i. He gets his knees on the ground. Here goes Gordon. Matty Fassler. Come on, quick ball, Australia. This Irish defence is rock solid if you give them time to set. Do something. I thought they were turned over for a second. 5 phases. Oh, they did get over the advantage line. Oh, they got advantage. Harry Wilson's going close. Oh, they're so close. They're only a metre out. That's a try, surely. Game on. Game on. Game needed that. Game needed that. What did I say about taking the threes? Don't do that. Don't listen to me. It's going to be 19-14 at halftime. Folks, 19-14 is a game. 19-14 is a game. Mack Hansen hat-trick to start the game. And 2 replies from the Aussies. So, yeah. There we go. That's a half of rugby. I wouldn't say it's been stellar, but I mean, it's pissing down, so that's not going to help some of it. It's been all right. Oh, RRTNZ. Controversial opinion. Wales need a coach like Eddie Jones to shake things up and fix our weak, structured attack. We have some decent players, but ill discipline and inaccuracy hurt us. Prayers for your dad. Cheers, man. That is a not many people are asking for Eddie Jones, so that's a unusual take, not commonly seen take. But yeah, I get what you're saying. You feel like sometimes it takes a bit of the out of the box thinking if you haven't necessarily got the players to compete, if you're just talking about like picking the best players. But some guys can get like the most out of the players that they've got, because there are some good players in Wales for sure. But the best coaches can make teams which aren't as kind of highly regarded or whatever as world beaters. My dad is sending messages. Let's hear what he has to say.
Yeah, pretty close game, McMurray. I didn't see the first try, but it's pretty even Steve's in this game. I don't know who's going to win it. Ireland are playing pretty well, so Australia. Matthew Carley's just doing what Carley does. Not a fan of British referees like the Italian we had in the All Blacks game and the Frenchman we have. It's not a bad game. I think Leslie's enjoying it, ain't you, Leslie? Yep.
That's my aunt.
And we know the games between these teams are always close. So I saw the All Black game and, we got what we deserved. We played okay, but they played better. We started off well and then did what we usually do, shut up shop and then get, a bit ruggedy-duggedy. They didn't know what they were doing. We got a late try, but England deserved to win. They outsmarted us. The referee in the first game, 12 out of 20. This game, well, he gets 12 out of 20 for the first half that I've seen. And I'll give you a full-time report, 45 minutes. It's not a bad game. It's quite a good game. It's quite fast-moving. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in the second half. I think both these teams are pretty even. So, let's say we'll see. Hope Australia win, but Ireland might be just a little bit too good on the day. Okay, Gary, Roger and out, bye.
Oh, Gazza with a bit of the Anzac spirit. My mum's sister is with him, and she lives in Australia. I can't help but wonder if that's why he's back in the Aussies. Maybe he's just got the Anzac spirit. I'm not sure. Yeah, Gazza. Interesting first half. $12 out of 20. April Tui. Yeah, that's Gaz's favorite rating for the refs. Let's check out some halftime stats, eh? Seeing as we've heard from Gaza. Halftime stats. Possession is 48-52 to the Australians. Territory is 46-54 to the Australians, which, remember, it was like 63 or 68 or whatever it was very early on. So the Aussies have really turned that around. They were absolutely under the pump early. Penalty count is 6-2 against the Irish. But neither side is missing many tackles. Defenders beaten is only 7-8. So very little in that. Let me see the missed tackle count, because Ireland have missed 8. And Sam Prendergast often gets a lot of grief for missing tackles. Okay. Sam Prendergast has missed 3 of the 8 tackles. James Lowe has missed 2, and Robbie Henshaw has missed 2. And Tommy O'Brien missed 1. So it's all the backs missing the tackles. But yes, Sam Prendergast does top the missed tackle count, which sadly fits with his stereotype. But the line-out for Ireland is at 100%, which, given recent times it's been a bit struggling, is an encouragingly good number. Line breaks is only 2-1 to Ireland. That's quite low. That's quite low. And I agree with you, Flesh, and I don't think the Southern Hemisphere refs exactly covered themselves in glory recently either. I am going to watch Hangzhou, the France versus Fiji game, directly after this one. And that'll be my last game for the day. And then I don't know what I'll do. Don't know what I'll do. Tony Brown, next All Blacks coach. I don't know if Tony Brown likes being a head coach. He seems to prefer being an assistant. But I don't know. It just seems to be. Because he has been a head coach at the Highlanders. Was he a head coach at the Sunwolves for a while? But he's usually followed in the footsteps of Jamie Joseph, and he's usually not kept the head coach role for a while. You're in prime zone time-wise. I don't know. Like, the Box against Italy game was on at 1:40 in the morning. That didn't feel like prime time. That felt rather unfortunate. So I slept through that one, and then the All Blacks game was on at 4:10. 4:10 is doable, and then 6:40 for Wales and Japan, and then 9:10 in the morning for this one. So I quite like the late kickoffs in Europe. They work really well. You can watch UFC 322. Oh, I didn't even know it was on. Shows my ignorance. But Tony will probably be watching it, I guess. Tony likes a lot of UFC. Anzac Spirit Australia need all the help that we can get. It's amazing that like we have Anzac Day. And there is like the talk of Anzac Spirit. But geez, it's hard to get New Zealanders to back Australians for any kind of sporting event. Whereas I feel like my Aussie mates usually, not always, often would take like New Zealanders, like they wouldn't mind seeing New Zealand win against someone else. Like if New Zealand's playing England or New Zealand's playing South Africa, if New Zealand's playing France, I feel like a lot of the time Aussies will back the Kiwis. Don't know. New Zealand does need a better time zone. Yeah. Sometimes it works out well. I think it works out better than Australia for European rugby. Australia's worse. And for the World Cup that was on in Japan, we were pretty much prime time. It was great. And American sports are on the day over here, so it's also quite good. Like nighttime in America is daytime here. So if they play nighttime games or afternoon games for the World Cup in America, it could also work out quite nicely here. Is it bad that I don't know who JDM is? Who's JDM? JDM. It's obviously a UFC fighter. I could Google it, but someone will tell me. Didn't someone watch the NFL? Oh, okay. I don't watch the NFL. The only American sport that I usually follow, or North American sport, is ice hockey. Of all sports. Jack Della Maddalena. I am showing some big old ignorance here. I don't know who that guy is. That's how much UFC I follow, sadly. Defending his title. Where's he from? Kahu says England were good. They were good. They were better than our All Blacks. Sad but true. Do you know how to watch the AB's 15 tomorrow morning? It should be on Sky. If you're in NZ. He's Australian. Okay, there we go. Greetings from Cape Town. I saw the video about your dad. I hope he's doing good. Thank you for that, mate. Yeah, I was just telling people earlier, he's doing all right, all things considered, but he is just knackered a lot of the time, really tired. But he watched the All Blacks game. He got up at 4 in the morning, watched the All Blacks, and then went back to bed. So, yeah. UFC fighters come and go quickly these days. I can't keep up. Not like the days of Randy Couture, Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz. Even GSP had more staying power. I know who DDP is. Diamond Dallas Page, right? I know it's Dricus Duplessis. I'm just being silly, but yeah. Love your work, but I'm not a huge fan of Goldie in that panel. Yeah. Goldie in the panel tend to get a lot of stick, to be fair. I don't think it helps that Sky is partly owned by New Zealand Rugby. It kind of puts them... I don't know, like you can't... be impartial if you're partly owned by the people you're talking about. You know what I mean? What's next for Joe Schmidt? Apparently he just wants to spend more time with his family. I think one of his kids has got quite a bad medical condition. So he just wants to spend more time with them. Today's game reminded me of Tuolangi game in 2012. Favourite fixture, England versus New Zealand. Yeah, this game was pretty dominant, eh? As much as I was hoping the All Blacks would get it done. Nope. It was... No, it wasn't close. Quite rightly. Sadly. Teams are coming back out onto the field. Are you still going to the Rugby World Cup in Australia? I hope so. I have heaps of family over there, so I should be able to get accommodation, and it's not far to travel. My missus is on board, so as long as I can get some tickets, it should be all right. Picked up that Kerwin is not on Sky any longer. No, Kerwin hasn't been on Sky for over a year. People keep telling me they don't like the breakdown because of Kerwin and stuff, but he hasn't been on the breakdown for ages. Right, second half has just started. We are 40 minutes and 15 seconds into the game. Still a tight one, eh? Venture Call, enjoy the watch along. Appreciate that, man. It's not really a traditional kind of like call, like play-by-play. Some guys like Kiwi Lads is really good at doing play-by-play stuff, but this is more just like a chill out, watch the game, have a chat. Did the scoreline flatter the ABs a bit? I think we had a good patch, enough to get those points on the board, but no more than that. So I think that's probably a fair reflection. Oh, the Aussies have just lost another line out. Another line out. Chilled, I like it. Good, that's the kind of vibe I'm going for. Who do you think in the Ireland setup is the new sexton? I don't know if they have a new sexton, eh? Like Prendergast's solid. Crowley's solid. I don't know that either of them is a sexton. Adrian, man, how's it going? Rugby World Cup here in New Zealand 2011 was excellent. Unusual matchups, Russia versus USA, super close, quarterfinal, semi-final, Warburton's red card. Yeah, that's the only World Cup I've thus attended so far. I went to... Oh, Mack Hansen's just made a mistake. I went to the opener, All Blacks against Tonga. That was a cracker. Although I had just returned from China, so taking Auckland's trains was a horrendous experience because they started using trains in the years I'd been abroad and they were not very good. That was a cracking game though. I went to France against the All Blacks, the pool stage game. I went to Ireland against Australia. That was at Eden Park. That was a cracking game. Just James O'Connor played in that game. There's Peter Armani in the crowd. Went to Italy against Australia over at North Shore. That was a good game. And I gave my dad a ticket to, I think, England-Scotland pool stage because I had to go back to China. I also went to like Fiji. Was it Fiji Samoa? That was terrible. It was a shocker. Tight score. Just joining in. If I missed a thriller, says D-Quick. I wouldn't say you've missed a thriller. It's been an arm wrestle. It's raining and wet, and there's been a few errors. The Aussie lineout's not been operating that well. Mack Hansen did score a hat trick within 27 minutes, though, which is crazy. But none of those tries are going to be like Mack Hansen's best ever try. Like, they were kind of well worked. But yeah, so it's been good. Try to explain to the live chat thing, your channel, to my dad, who's never used or seen the internet at all. Yeah, my dad has only kind of slowly cottoned on to things as time has gone by. But yeah. Delighted with the Welsh win after all the drama, hoping Ireland can beat the Aussies. Great channel, pal. Cheers for that, man. It's a bit early for anything stronger than a water and a coffee. And yeah, hello to April, to his mum if she's watching. Went to the Fiji versus Springboks game and Pat Lambie signed your ball. Oh, that's cool. I feel sorry for Pat Lambie. I feel like he's one of those guys who could have had a phenomenal career if not for injuries. Oh yes, and Victoria, g'day, how's it going? Your dad and sister got France, England. Yeah. That's a cool one to go to as well. High ball from Ireland. Dalgunu can't take that clean. Oh, nice pass from Potter. Offload from the deck from Gordon. But they're in touch. Why didn't Richie McCaw go into coaching? That's an interesting one, eh? I feel like Richie McCaw had the perfect finish to rugby. Dude bows out winning a World Cup. Like, you can only go down from there. Right? So I think he picked the perfect one to retire. He didn't go play club rugby overseas like some other guys. He just got out of rugby totally and just leaves on the highest of high points. Thinking of Gaz, hope he's alright, R1. Cheers, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, he will hopefully send through some messages at full time. He said he's watching the game now. What's Richie McCaw doing there? This is a helicopter pilot. He's a helicopter pilot. Totally random, right? He's got like 3 daughters, I think. He married a girl who played for, I think, the New Zealand hockey team. So they're going to have some athletic children, I'm sure. Imagine if Australia beat Ireland having just lost to Italy. That would make things spicy. Ireland are pretty massive favourites at this one, so the fact that they're playing Sweet Caroline maybe doesn't speak that well to the way the game's going at the minute. Richie might have been sick of rugby too, April too, that's true. A great McCaw take. He's just living his life, flying choppers and running ultra marathons. Yeah, he still does stuff to keep active. He's obviously slimmed down a fair bit. Not quite as shockingly as Kieran Reid, but yeah, dude just runs long distance runs. Flies helicopters, is a dad. He does the odd bit of promotional stuff every now and again, but he's pretty humble about stuff still, which is what makes him the ultimate in New Zealand fans' eyes. Oh, Ireland have just won a nice turnover. They've been doing a bit of defending, but Caelan Doris. How do you feel about How do you feel after New Zealand lost, Mr. Walshman? You know, sadly, I'm not like real shocked by it. England have been a team tracking well. I look at their stats every bloody week, and it was not totally surprising. I'm actually kind of pleased, in a way. The manner they beat us was not the manner I thought they were going to do it, which was just us dropping high balls all day. Like, we still lost some, but, Aussie have just lost the ball under a high ball, speaking of that. But, yeah, England has beat us fair and square. So, what can you do? Another penalty. Ooh, they've just been March 10. I have to write a note. What do the Irish do here? 21 all in the other game. Maybe I should be watching the other game. Maybe France is still a bit shell-shocked after last week. Ireland got the maul going. Are they over? Oh, held up. Close. That's about as close as it gets. Oh, Sheehan was so close. Has anyone else heard WWE legend John Bradshaw Layfield talk about this channel? It's hilarious. I don't think so. Was he on that American Rugby podcast thing? Oh, Prendergast put up another high ball. It's been knocked on, though, by Hansen. Harry Wilson's having a big carry, but Tyke Burns over the ball. Unlucky not to get that one. France kicked the penalty 24-21. Okay. England AB's bogey team. Ryan, we actually won the previous 3 against England. They beat us at the World Cup. And there was a draw. And then we beat them 3 times in a row. And now they beat us. I'm not sure who our bogey team is at the moment. Probably the bloody Springboks. We struggled to beat them, barring at Eden Park. Bradshaw does a weekly YouTube show in the USA where they talk rugby gambling. He's constantly talking with the host about how his host sucks and says he wants to join this channel. That is 100% random. I had no idea about that. I think I might have been tagged into it once on Twitter from memory. World Player of the Year predictions. Ooh, yeah, Sasha will be up there. I feel like Fabian Holland is a good shout for Breakthrough Player of the Year from an All Blacks perspective. Gambling taking over so many sports these days. It is gross, says Victoria. Yeah, I'm kind of inclined to agree a bit with that. Like, I don't have a problem with gambling, but I know some people have problems with gambling. It's like they're really in bed with all the American sports I watch, mostly the ice hockey. They've got friggin' ads for gambling every 5 seconds. And here in New Zealand, every stoppage, they're like halftime, they're like, oh, let's cut over to John Arvell, who's got the updated odds from TAB. It's pretty gross. Oh, bloody Israel, dad. God, that guy's shameless. Shameless. Embarrassing. Ramos missed the penalty kick. That's unlike Ramos. Ooh, big break from Ireland. Gibson Parks has been tackled. Tyke Burns playing halfback. Quick ball. Aki. Oh, but they've spilled the ball. NFL is really hard to watch. So many stoppages. What's the story with Israel Dag? Oh, he just works for the TAB, which is our main betting agency over here, like gambling company. And he just does the most cringy, over the top segments for them before and during halftime of many of the matches. Like, honestly, embarrassingly cringy segments on gambling. He just gets real hyper excited. Yeah, it's terrible. It's genuinely quite terrible. American sports are unwatchable. That's probably part of the reason I don't mind watching the NHL, because it has stoppages, but it also has long periods of open play sometimes. Wukolo probably deserves a shout of Player of the Year. He will not get nominated because he plays prop. Props have never even got nominated as far as I'm aware. Gambling adverts are banned here on sporting events that are live. Wow, we definitely don't have that here. The gambling and the sports here, I like this. Ooh, Ireland have just won a scrum penalty. Tyke Furlong should have been nominated in 2018, but I don't even think he got a nomination. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, Ox probably should have got nominated at least last year. All right, what can Ireland do? They've finally got a bit attacking shape down Australia's end. Yeah, they go. They got a pod going left. James Lowe. We show and go from Prendergast. There's a tackle off the ball, so Ireland got advantage. There's a big isolated carry. Oof. Henshaw gets out of a tackle. Porter. Ramos got that one, 27-21. Okay. They've just gone for a droppy. Prendergast's just gone for a droppy. (22-14), 2-score game. Watching from Clonakitty. Is that? I've never heard of that place. Where is that? I could Google it. I'll have a Google after the rugby. It's in Cork. Okay. Sometimes I have to be careful because people try to trip you up by saying, hi, can you say hello to my friend Mike Hunt? Like that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Which if you say things quickly, sometimes they sound like something else. It is now 22-14. Score hasn't quite updated yet. Blame Rugby Pass. I'd rather them be slightly behind because then they don't drop spoilers for me. Watching from Vittorio Veneto in Treviso, Italy. Man, nice one. Oh, Mack Hansen has just snaffled a aerial ball pretty much unopposed, and then Gibson Park's ruined it by a nothing kick. April 2 has been to Cork. One of these days I'll go. I've told the missus it's on the agenda. Burke as a Springboks fan. Good man. Oh, Valentini's just shelled it. Bit of a comedy of errors. Get out here. One of these days, man. I'm saving. Saving for it. James Lowe needs to tie his hair up. Part of Island is so beautiful. Go drive around. It's breathtaking. All right. It's definitely on the agenda. The trouble is, like, I could probably go. But my missus is like, you think you're going by yourself to tour around Europe while I look after the kids? No. Not going to happen. Watching from Spain. Oh, man, people are all over the place. England versus South Africa would feel like a cracking game right now, eh? Both sides seem to be leading the way in terms of like both being undefeated. Australia will end the tour winless. Oh, they did beat Japan at the start of their tour, kind of, although it was outside of this like nation series thing. Damn right, she's your missus, exactly. In Rosario, Argentina, another place I would love to get to one of these days. Farley Village in England. Travel Channel. Where am I traveling next? I'm supposed to be coming back to China in December, but it'll kind of depend on my dad's health. Watching from Munich is Stu. Good man. Literally different countries all over the place. Got to go to the Six Nations one year. I'm sure weekends in Paris and Rome would sweeten the pill. Yeah, I just got to figure out how to get someone to look after the kids or take the kids with us. Matu's in Toronto. Originally from South Africa. Free kick to Ireland at scrum time. This feels like this is just like an arm wrestle, which is just squeezing Ireland's way. That's what it feels like. Rainey is in Cape Town. Gunjuti says almost 100,000 subs. We are getting there. Oh, Jorgensen has just missed that aerial ball. Porter's on the rampage. Prendo with the kick over the top. Oh, that's perfectly weighted to Tommy O'Brien. There we go. I don't think Australia's coming back from this. I think that's it. I know there's 20 minutes to go, but... Man, Tommy O'Brien's been a great international addition, hasn't he? He's got to be up there for Breakthrough Player of the Year too. Oh, no, the TMOing? No, don't TMO it. Ralph is in France, watching France for Fiji while listening to the island commentary. How's that game going? This game looked to have scored a try for Ireland, but they've found a knock-on in the build-up. All right, maybe Australia are still in it. There's no sound in the world that I hate more than check. Yeah. Yeah, it's back to 22 to 14. Rugby Pass will update that in a second. That's beyond my control. TMO is such a buzzkill, I know. County Mayo in the west of Ireland. Porrick, nice one, man. Need to come to the wreck. Yeah, one of the guys on my Patreon, old Tim, he's a big Bath fan. Prendergast has been subbed, but yeah. I know he takes his boy there. Seems like a cool place. Mate, my missus is a nursery teacher and she hates sports. You'd be okay up here. All right. I can sell my missus on the travel part easily enough, but I just have to take her with me. The idea of me traveling and her being stuck with the kids does not doesn't appeal to her for some reason. Does she like pints? No, she's not a big drinker. Ireland have just won a scrum penalty. We went out for dinner the other day to a Korean restaurant, and I had the kids with us as well, and they sold this there was this bottle on the menu. There was this booze that I'd never heard of, and I was like, what's that? And they said, oh, yeah, it's like this 25% Korean rice booze. And I was like, let's have a bottle of that. And then he told me after he'd already poured it for me that it's like they were on license, so I couldn't take the bottle with me. So I had to... Ireland just kicked the resulting penalty. I pretty much had to demolish the thing on my own because my missus didn't want to drink it. But that was fine. I wasn't complaining. No, the missus doesn't watch rugby apart from the haka. It wasn't Sochi or Soju. It's a booze that I'd never heard of before. That's why I ordered it. I was keen to try it. Yeah, I think this game's... I mean, if Australia score next, it's something on, but they've not looked like it, have they? Forgot about on licenses and had to sneak my soju out of a restaurant way back in New Zealand this year. Is O'Connor in touch there? Not quite. Yeah, I also didn't know about it, Victoria, so I just had to drink the whole bloody thing. Not sure my wife exists, Ryan. Well, yeah, she's not keen to be on camera, but you've seen my children on camera. They had to come from somewhere. I didn't adopt them. Do New Zealand kids go to school during summer, David? They have a long break from like mid-December through until the end of January. So like 6 weeks off over the summer. You're half as tall as me, so drinking it all was out of the question. Fair enough, Victoria. I'll admit I had to go walk it off for like 2 hours afterwards. Do I miss China? China doesn't bother with on licenses. I could have just walked out with the booze if I'd wanted to in China. I missed that part of it. There's heaps of parts of China I wish New Zealand had, like a functioning public transport system. Wolf saw him, I can't stay. I wanted to pop in and say, hope you're having a lovely day, and please give Gaz up my love. I will do, mate. James O'Connor has just put a kick into touch, and it looks like a bit of a beaut. I think Joe Schmidt almost smiled there. Oh, they fluffed the line out, for goodness sake. Yeah, our kids get more time off during the year. They have 4 terms, and between each of the terms, they have 2 weeks off. If Jorgo scores here, that would have been a miracle. Yeah, between term 1 and 2, 2 weeks. 2 and 3, 2 weeks. 3 and 4, 2 weeks. That's 6 weeks, and then they get 6 weeks at the end of the year. I remember your son saying you're a good talker to Gaz during the World Cup final stream. Yeah. My son and my dad have a pretty good relationship, actually. It's quite cool to see. When's the next China vlog? Yeah, I know. I need to edit one up. There's been too much rugby on and too much family stuff. But yeah, I appreciate that. I will get one out. I think Ireland will destroy the box next week, James. I don't know that anyone's destroying the box at the moment. But hopefully it's a good game. Do an Auckland vlog. Yeah, I suppose so. Box will play a much changed team next week too. James Lowe has just controlled the ball with his feet, puts a big cannon boot to it. Hasn't found touch. It's a bit of a kick and deal at the moment. Oh. Gibson Park with the kind of wee dummy. Is it going to run dead though? No, it's a pretty deep in goal at the Aviva. Ireland win that kick and duel. Would you ever come to the games and stream like Egg Chasers? I have done post-match content before, but I think only for like Super Rugby. I did like a stadium walk around for Eden Park once, and I've done the odd match review post-match. Do you speak any other languages? I speak Chinese. And Mack Hansen's just won another highball. Geez, he's been good at fullback. Between him and Damien Willems, a team of the week fullback's going to be hard to pick. James Lowe's very close to the left wing. Stays in field. Hansen goes close. Hansen wants a fourth, does he? Got to watch out for Fraser McRide over the ball. Turnover? They have turned it over. No, they haven't. Where the hell's the ball? It's back on the Irish side. Okay. Get your hands back behind the line, Australia. They have. France scored a try. It's probably going to be game over then in that one. I think if... Well, that scoreline must be similar to this one in terms of the advantage. Australia looking really tired this tour. That's what I said, Marco. Some people didn't like that. But yeah, I'm on the same page as you. Doris gets it down. Try time. That was coming. That was a bit of a brutal grind. And they got it done. Look at Mack Hansen with that high ball. What a beaut. So many guys went close. Callaway was never going to stop Caelan Doris there. $30 points to 14. Is that true? He just said it's the first time Ireland have scored 30 against Australia. That can't be true. Can I challenge you to use the word pineapple in the wrap-up for this game? What do I get if I use pineapple? Just the kudos of having used the word pineapple? Ooh, was that Nick Frost off the ball on Clarkson? Looking a bit upright. Ooh, not a good look for Nick Frost. And cheers, AB. Thank you, mate. Appreciate that. That's a big red thumbs up. Frost's off for a yellow. France, if he just blew a chance for a try. Still, what, like 10 minutes to go on that one? Ireland versus South Africa. That has to be the game of the week to watch next week. What time is that game on? Let me have a look. Please don't be on at 1 in the morning. 6:40. 6:40 in the morning. That's a decent time. That could be one to live stream next week if I can get the previous game wrapped up before that. Surely you sub Gibson Park by now. He doesn't need to keep playing. Oh, he is going off. Is Max on the field? Yeah, as last time I checked, Max was on the field. To be honest, he's dropped a couple or not been able to get under a couple of the big high balls. Mack Hansen's going off. He's getting a big cheer. Rightly so. Hat trick, high ball king. Australia don't like end of year tours. Apparently not. Goodness me. What are your thoughts on these permanent red cards, Marco? It's so bizarre because honestly, since they instituted the 20-minute red cards, we almost never see permanent red cards. Like in Super Rugby, I remember seeing the Drua get 2 in a game for like an elbow and a punch or something. Or headbutt, I think it was. Like that kind of stuff. So to see 2 in 2 weeks at test level is bonkers. Mack or Keenan at fullback. That's a good problem to have. I think you still go with Keenan, but it's great to know that Mack can do this kind of job, isn't it? But yeah, Hugo's been out for ages. Yeah, Australia last year, end of year tour, they beat England in a pretty famous win. James just says Australia are shite. They did beat the Box, which is more than most teams have done this year. In South Africa too, but that feels like a long time ago. Did the Aussies beat New Zealand in the championship? Nah, man. They lost 2 from 2 against us. Do I think Monster Red will be overturned? I feel like they might appeal that one. I felt like they got a better shot with that one than the last week's one. Last week's one I felt was like, look worse. This week's one, I was a little bit surprised it went that way. Oh my goodness, Australia aren't done yet. They've just scored. Pollard loves a close range try. Want a Guinness. It's probably a little early in the morning for a Guinness, but I could go for a Guinness a bit later in the day. The sun is out. It's not raining for a change. Frankie says, watch the game and saw the red this morning. I feel like you can look at it side by side. You can see how Lutz last week was definitely a red, but Mossart's going to be a yellow. I also felt like, ooh, it's a very different one from last week, but it's getting harder to pick him, apparently. Distracted Sports. Tony, you've been a dance dad all day. Is this worth watching, or can I watch the highlights and blah, blah, blah your way through the podcast? I think you should watch the first 27 minutes. And then maybe the highlights. You can probably get away with it. Guinness can't be good, too far for it to travel. I don't know. Does Guinness travel poorly? How do you find the analysis of the Wallabies? Is it either too positive or too negative? I do think the Ellis Park... Holy shit, here goes Ireland. Oh, brutal. I do think the Ellis Park win gave it maybe a false high. People thought it was like they'd turned a corner and they were great. Or greater than they were. Maybe. Because nobody was picking that result, so good from Edmed. $3.50 is not enough for a pie these days. My shot on a steak and cheese, bro. Cheers, man. I have to get a pie for lunch. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. There is one bakery up the road from me which does a bunch of like really out there pies. Like they've got some duck pie that I really wanted to try, but it's always sold out. They've got like a cheeseburger pie, which I have tried. It's crazy. It's full of all the ingredients of a cheeseburger apart from the bun. But yeah, they got some cool pies. Duck pie, yeah. Roast duck pie. Keys has had a big carry up the guts. This is going to be a try. That's it. Aussies don't get to have the final say. Was that Ryan Baird? Ryan Baird with the line out take. Spin it wide. Aki up the guts. It's 39-19. There's a bit of a hiding in the end, folks. I am pleased. Like Brian O'Driscoll was just saying how well he's going in the 6 jersey. I'm inclined to agree. Ryan Baird's looking really good. Tony's not happy with this morning's game. Yeah. Not our best result, Tony. Record victory over the Aussies. Goodness me. Peter O'Mahony gets a cheer as he's trying to keep it low-key in the crowd. I love that the crowd's giving him a cheer. That's cool. That's really cool. Is it weird that I didn't know who to cheer for in the England-New Zealand game? That's weird. Yes. You're supposed to go for New Zealand. Come on. Come on. New Zealand letting the Southern Hemisphere standards drop? Well, us and the Australians, apparently. Oh, the Aussie scrum's getting annihilated. This is getting embarrassing. Ireland want more points. They want 40. They want 40. How the hell is Gibson Park still on the field? Didn't he get subbed or did he come back on? Oh, Casey's on the field as well. Oh, okay. Cross kick from Crowley. Here goes bloody Ronan Kelleher. Ball in one hand. Look at him go. Goodness me. Sending some love from Jamaica. 2 cents. Appreciate that, man. Ball's lost backwards. Gibson Park thinks it over. Try time. Oh. This is a walloping. This was close at half time. Oh my giddy aunt. Wow. Wow. Rory Best is like, cross kicks to hookers on the wing. What the hell? Goodness me, this has become an absolute blowout. Yeah, but Dad's doing as well as can be considered. Just a bit knackered, eh? Holy hell, 46. 46-19. Wow. It's a bit of a hiding. I think this one was predicted to be closer than the French-Fiji game, but man. Wow. What did they beat Japan by? They beat Japan 41-10. That's a very similar scoreline. Bloody hell. All right, folks. That's a big old win. Honestly, I was hoping for a bit of a closer game. But if you're an Irish fan, you must be pretty pumped to see the boys just let loose. Record win. Goodness me. Mack Hansen gets player of the match. All right, folks. I'm off to wrap this game up, and then I'll go watch the Fiji game against France. Oh, hold on. Here's my dad. Here's my dad. What's he got to say for himself?
Well, McMurray, there was a hiding. Matthew Carley, 12. He's another bloody European referee. I can't understand half the time, but he didn't cost anyone the game. Ireland won the game easy. Nick Frost, well, he needs a boot up the backside because he cost him about 12 points in the last 10 minutes. Yeah, it was a rainy game. Ireland just too good. Will they beat South Africa next week? No, probably not. Might be a bit closer in this game, though.
Should be.
So, yeah, it wasn't a bad game. Played on a bit of rain. Had its flow, had its moments. I thought Ireland would win, but I didn't think they'd win by so much.
Me too.
Jerry will be happy, Evan.
That's my granddad.
Happy with this result. We said Ireland were going to beat the All Blacks one day, and they've done that. And the games with Australia recently are quite surprising because they've always been close, but this one was a bit of a massacre. So Joe Schmidt, well, they haven't got the depth, and if you haven't got the players, you're not going to win the big games. So, yeah, Ireland deserve to win. Quite easy. Andy Farrell will be happy. Joe Schmidt will be disappointed. Leslie and I we didn't mind who won, eh, Leslie? No, so...
My aunt.
Yep. So, still here. Say hello to all your subscribers. Gazamania's still here, and keep the rugby spirit up, and keep subscribing to Mark's channel and looking after him, and we'll keep you informed with the updates. Gazamania, Roger Mania out. Bye.
There you go. Gaza didn't give his ref score, but you can bet it would have been 12 out of 20. But, yep, as he says, Ireland too good, and they won by a bit more than I expected. Anyway, cheers, folks, for coming along and for sticking around for a couple of hours of stream. It was a good watch. But yeah, not so much if you're an Australian fan. Commiserations with that one. That was, yeah, that was a record win. Anyway, yeah, good to see you guys are doing good. Like I said, as long as he doesn't have to walk around, he's able to sit down and have a chat, and he's still going strong as he can. But yes, you guys all take care of yourselves. Thank you very much for being here. Yes, I'm off to watch the Fiji game after I wrap this one up. I might catch you guys maybe for South Africa, Ireland next week. If I can get all my ducks in a row and get all the previous games videos done in time, we'll do a stream for that game because that game should be a real cracker as well. Anyway, you guys take care. See you guys again soon. Bye-bye.